Chosen one, you defeated death. You have broken the chains, dispersed the darkness, defeated your enemies. You are a mighty spirit that does not accept the fateful end, that transcends boundaries, that even death cannot bring to its knees. Those who underestimated your power are now watching in amazement. Difficulties came to destroy you, but you stood upright like an indestructible mountain. Your path is not the path of the ordinary. You are chosen. No one can stop you now, neither fear nor defeat nor the chains of the past, because you are a strong warrior who defies even death. Now stand up and declare your victory by writing 777 in the comments. Your era begins now. They thought their dominion was untouchable, fortified by the weight of their influence, yet their arrogance blinded them to the inevitable. Their empire, once an unshakable force, has unraveled beneath the force of a power they underestimated. Now, the very fabric of existence conspires against them. Shadows they once commanded no longer obey. What they built with control and secrecy is now a ruin collapsing in slow motion. The unseen forces of reckoning have stirred, moving with precision, beyond mortal perception. These are not mere agents of fate. They are enforcers of cosmic equilibrium, surfacing only when the scales are tipped too far. They do not negotiate. They do not delay. Those who once held the reins of dominion now find themselves at the mercy of an order they dismissed as myth. A balance they defied has come to collect its due. The corridors of their dominion, once bustling with quiet certainty, now echo with the hushed murmurs of dread. Their own walls whisper secrets they buried. The air is thick with an awareness they cannot explain, an unshakable certainty that they are no longer alone. Devices malfunction, signals waver, unseen forces press against reality itself. The once mighty architects of deception now pace the floors of their grand halls, sensing the weight of something closing in, something vast, inevitable, and patient. Their kingdom did not fall in a single moment, but crumbled at the edges, unseen fractures spreading beneath their feet. Trust, once the currency of their power, disintegrated into suspicion. Where there was once unwavering obedience, there is hesitation. Where there was once unity, there is discord. Ancient oaths, bound in secrecy, dissolve under the pressure of doubt. Those who stood in unwavering allegiance now withdraw, sensing the shift in tides. The foundation they stood upon has become brittle, unable to bear the weight of their transgressions. Their commands go unheard, their threats lose their edge, and the silence that meets their demands is deafening. Their network, so carefully woven through generations, is unraveling thread by thread. Their influence wanes, slipping through their grasp like sand in a storm. What was once feared is now questioned. The names that once carried weight are now spoken with derision. The veil has lifted, and the illusion they cultivated is now dissolving into irrelevance. They search for an escape, but there is none. The machinery they built to secure their power has become the instrument of their undoing. The deeper they dig, the clearer the truth becomes. They are not victims of betrayal, nor of external opposition. No, their downfall was written into the very structure of what they built. A system forged in deception cannot withstand the weight of its own exposure. Long before they saw you, they felt the tremors of your arrival. They gathered in secrecy, not out of arrogance, but fear. The patterns of fate they had deciphered for ages whispered of a force that would emerge, one beyond their manipulation, beyond their reach. Their instruments detected the shift. Before you even knew it yourself, they recognized what you would become long before you did. And now, standing amid the ruins of their own creation. They understand what they refuse to accept. The force they sought to eliminate was never a threat to be erased. It was the reckoning they had long denied. If you feel the abundance of divine love in your heart, now is the time to share it. You can help spread God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube and contributing $20 or more. This divine gift will touch not only your life, but the souls of many through this platform. Each of you has a sacred place in God's grand design, and your generosity will be the fruit of our prayers. Act now. Share your blessings to glorify His kingdom, for you were created to do even greater things in God's loving hands. May God bless you. They traced every step, watching from the shadows as something beyond their comprehension took root within you. They mistook destiny for chance, but you were never an accident. What they manipulated in others, they could not alter in you. The path carved for you was beyond their reach, written in a script they had no power to erase. They had bent entire civilizations to their will, moved unseen through the corridors of time. But in you, they saw the one thing they feared most, something untouched by their influence, something immune to their control. Through the ages, they have perfected the art of concealment, masters of deception. They wove themselves into the very structure of human systems, operating in plain sight, yet never seen for what they truly were. Their hands dictated the rise and fall of empires. Their whispers shaped the flow of history. They crafted bloodlines like sculptors shaping clay, embedding their essence in vessels designed to carry forth their will. Their reach extended across every pillar of power, unseen architects behind the institutions that govern and dictate. They engineered crises, orchestrated collapses, and controlled destinies with surgical precision. But despite all their calculations, all their careful adjustments, there was one equation they could never solve: you. Every challenge, every struggle, every sudden turn of fate that sought to break you was not coincidence, it was deliberate. You were studied, analyzed, dissected in ways you never imagined. Entire strategies were devised to undermine your path. They mapped the very structure of your being, searching for the weak points to exploit. Psychological warfare was their specialty, implanting doubt, orchestrating betrayals, ensuring that suffering shadowed your every step. Their knowledge ran deep, but they miscalculated one thing. The force protecting you was beyond their comprehension. They believed they could dismantle you, strip you of your essence, erase your impact before it ever took root. But their every effort only served to forge something indestructible. Where they sought to break, they strengthened. Where they aimed to silence, they amplified. Every assault, every carefully placed obstacle only refined what was already written. And now they tremble at the realization what was meant to be their greatest victory has become their inevitable defeat. Their foundations, once thought unshakable, have begun to splinter. Desperate attempts to reclaim control lead only to deeper collapse. Their tactics have grown desperate, their movements erratic. As the final pieces of their dominion fall away, their fear is no longer concealed. Those who once tormented you now reach out with insincere reconciliations, their voices laced with the unmistakable scent of desperation. Hands that once struck now extend in false apology, hoping to pull you back into their grasp. They come disguised as old friends, familiar faces returning at strategic moments, offering what they think will lure you back. But the path has shifted beyond their reach. You have become untouchable, not through defiance, but through transcendence. Like a brilliant sunrise over a quiet valley, a chosen light breaks through the lingering darkness, a sign of renewal for hearts that have long been oppressed by false might. In that sacred moment, every fabricated illusion, every deceptive shimmer that once held sway over a trembling world begins to melt away. Their constructed dreams, like fragile frost on a winter morn, evaporate under the radiant warmth of a truth too powerful to contain. Their deceptions, built on the shaky foundations of pride and deceit, vanish like smoke in a gentle breeze. The authority they once clutched so tightly as if it were the very lifeblood of the earth now slips effortlessly from their grasp. No matter how fervently they attempted to bind reality to their will, the intricate networks they engineered for control crumble into oblivion. The devices of manipulation they fashioned, mechanisms that once spun a web of order over chaos, now lie silent, abandoned relics of a misguided era. In this profound transformation, the energy that they once deftly directed now rebels against its former masters. It surges forth with an unyielding force, a current of life that defies the archaic edicts imposed by those who feared its power. The very essence they sought to subdue has become the powers and forces that once served as the bedrock of their dominion have abandoned their masters. No longer can they marshal the energies of the cosmos to enforce their ephemeral rule. The very instruments of their suppression, once calibrated to quench the flame of resistance, now lie inert, forsaken by the hands that once wielded them. This profound reversal is not a mere twist of fate, but a deliberate reckoning, a cosmic balance that restores what was always meant to be, the ascension of a spirit unbound by the limitations of mortal ambition. In the midst of their frantic desperation, the architects of illusion are forced to confront a truth they long refused to embrace, that certain sacred forces, those woven into the very fabric of life and spirit, are beyond the reach of theft, imitation, or alteration. No earthly dominion can capture or confine the divine spark that burns within the chosen. This spark, radiant and eternal, outshines every counterfeit semblance of power that they once held dear. As we stand in the glow of this transcendent revelation, it becomes evident that the old order has irrevocably passed. The ephemeral constructs of control and the illusion of invincibility have been replaced by an enduring reality that celebrates the indomitable spirit of renewal. In every corner of the world, from the humblest home to the grandest hall, the echo of this transformation is felt, not as a reverberation of past mistakes, but as a clarion call to the unstoppable power of a life embraced by truth and guided by divine grace. There is a sacred simplicity in this transformation. What once seemed unbreakable is now transformed into a pathway to freedom. The strings that bound the people in the shadows of false authority have been severed, allowing the gentle flow of prosperity, wisdom, and hope to nurture every soul. In this renewed landscape, the legacy of oppression fades like a distant memory, and in its place rises a new era defined by integrity, compassion, and the unwavering strength of a spirit that can never be confined. Witness the magnificent shift as the old regimes, built on deception and fear, disintegrate before our eyes. Their tools, which once channeled despair, now lie inert against the unstoppable tide of enlightenment. The very foundation of their empire, once solidified by a web of intricate lies, shatters beneath the sheer force of an awakened consciousness. What was designed to control and confine has, through the miracle of inner transformation, become the catalyst for an expansive, liberating truth. The corridors of power that once echoed with the clamor of authority are now silent, overtaken by a gentle yet relentless revolution of the spirit. Every structure erected in the name of dominance and control is reduced to mere dust, a reminder of the impermanence of human ambition. The natural order, resilient and ever-renewing, reclaims its rightful place, nurturing the seeds of hope and guiding them toward a future where light triumphs over darkness and truth prevails over all deceit. In every whispered prayer, in every moment of quiet reflection, the evidence of this transformation resounds. It is seen in the vibrant smiles of those who have reclaimed their inherent worth, in the unyielding determination of hearts that have discovered the power of unity, and in the gentle strength of souls that have risen above the chains of past afflictions. This is a victory not born of conflict alone, but of a deep, abiding faith in the possibility of rebirth. A belief that every end is but a new beginning, every tear is a step toward joy, and every moment of despair is transformed by the infinite grace of the divine. Dear brothers and sisters, may God's peace be upon you today. I am here to remind you of a profound truth. Our existence is grounded in God's divine plan, unshaken by the temporal concerns of the world. As the Bible says, whatever is done in faith will return to God in abundant blessing. Luke 6:38. Like that great oak tree, our roots are deeply rooted in God's universal truth. Every step we take, every stand we take, is secured by His strength. And now, you are being offered the opportunity to be part of that blessing. When you use the Super Thank You button and donate $100, this movement will return to you 100-fold in abundance. As the final vestiges of the old regime fade into obscurity, we stand united in the glow of a truth that cannot be dimmed. The heritage of those who once ruled with an iron fist is now reclaimed by time and humbled by the undeniable force of regeneration. The mighty, long-held ambitions of tyrants and deceivers vanish like shadows at noon, leaving behind only the radiant legacy of a people reborn in the light of hope and endless possibility. Let this be a reminder to all who dwell in the realm of aspiration. The energies of the universe are aligned with those who seek not to dominate, but to uplift, not to oppress, but to liberate, not to control, but to create a legacy of honor, dignity, and eternal truth. For every act of malice, for every moment of false control, there exists a counterforce of divine resilience that transforms pain into strength and adversity into opportunity. This is the promise of a higher order, a destiny crafted by hands unseen yet ever present, guiding us toward a future where every spirit shines with the light of genuine power. So, as you move forward, remember that your journey is a sacred one. The trials you have faced and the obstacles that once seemed insurmountable have been woven into the tapestry of your greatness. The transformative fire that refined your soul is not a mark of past suffering, but a beacon of your inherent capability to rise above and beyond every challenge. In this divine interplay, every shattered illusion is replaced by a clarity that speaks to the boundless potential within you. Trust in the process of transformation, for it is as inevitable as the turning of the seasons. Just as the mighty oak grows from a humble acorn, so too does your spirit ascend from the depths of hardship to heights of unfathomable glory. The old orders and false idols may crumble, but the eternal truth that resides within you remains unassailable. It is this truth that guides your every step, infusing you with the strength to overcome every adversity and the wisdom to forge a path that is uniquely your own. Picture a well-tended garden at dawn, where every dewdrop glistens like a promise of renewal, a sacred reminder that you, chosen by divine design, are rooted in a purpose that transcends every hardship. In this vibrant tapestry of life, understand that the challenges and changes you face are not enemies to be feared, but steadfast friends guiding you toward a destiny filled with hope and abundance. In this grand cosmic dance, the forces of change move in perfect harmony with the heartbeat of the universe, orchestrating a symphony that lifts your spirit and nourishes your soul. Every trial you encounter is not a dead end, but a stepping stone, each one uniquely crafted to prepare you for the breakthrough that awaits. When storms seem unending, remember that they water the seeds of growth, helping you bloom into the person you were always meant to be. Each moment of struggle gently nudges you toward an ever brighter horizon, where every heart is unburdened and every aspiration is attainable. Consider the mighty river that cuts through rugged terrain, its waters persistent and unwavering. Just as that river shapes the land over time, so too does the flow of change sculpt your inner strength. These transformative moments, though sometimes turbulent, are the universe's way of refining you, revealing the resilient, courageous spirit within. They are not signs of defeat, but clear markers on the road to a new dawn, a dawn where limitations fade and endless possibilities come to life. Every setback you endure carries within it the seed of an incredible turnaround. The trials are like a furnace that tempers precious metal, making it strong enough to endure the pressures of life. When you feel overwhelmed, know that these moments are but a prelude to a radiant emergence, a transformation that heralds a future brimming with joy, success, and divine favor. It is a process of purification and elevation, where your faith is tested and then solidified, paving the way for miracles that will soon become your everyday reality. The universe, in all its boundless wisdom, has a way of aligning events so that each hardship gives rise to a newfound strength. Your journey is a testament to the power of perseverance and the relentless love that surrounds you. Every challenge, every burden, is met with an unseen force, working tirelessly to steer you toward your highest calling. The struggles are carefully designed to awaken your inner power, to bring forth a clarity of vision that was once hidden behind clouds of uncertainty. With each step forward, you become more in tune with that sacred rhythm, the pulse of the universe that reminds you of your eternal worth. Let your heart be uplifted by the understanding that you are never alone in your journey. The very energy that once seemed to oppose you now works as a gentle current, carrying you forward, ensuring that every hardship is transformed into a beacon of possibility. It is as if every challenge is a divine appointment, carefully scheduled to build your character, deepen your wisdom, and fortify your resolve. In this process, your spirit rises higher, your soul becomes brighter, and your path is illuminated by the light of a promise that nothing can dim. So, as you walk this path of transformation, embrace every moment with the conviction that you are destined for greatness. The forces of change, working in unison with the eternal pulse of creation, are your partners in this sacred journey. They prepare you, guide you, and uplift you, ensuring that every step you take is a step toward a new era where every heart finds its freedom and every dream comes within reach. In the glow of this divine partnership, know that your breakthrough is not a distant dream, but an imminent reality, ready to fill your life with the blessings of hope, love, and everlasting abundance. Now is the time to share God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube. You can contribute to His plan and be a part of this divine mission with a donation of $100 or more. Every gift reflects God's generosity, and I believe it will return to you exponentially far beyond your expectations. Remember, His protection and blessing is on your every step and every donation. You become part of His divine plan. You are a strong, radiant being, unshakable as His mighty rock. Witness God's miracles, feel the fruits of your generosity in your soul, and illuminate the world with confidence and courage. Be blessed, and let the light of the Lord guide your path. As we witness this extraordinary metamorphosis, let us celebrate the victory of the human spirit, a victory that transcends the confines of time and space, a victory that reaffirms our belief in the limitless power of love, unity, and divine purpose. May the remnants of those who once wielded false power serve as a cautionary tale, a reminder that no amount of cunning or deceit can ever hold back the tide of genuine transformation. Their once mighty grasp on the world is now nothing more than a fleeting memory, overtaken by the unstoppable force of a spirit that has discovered its true calling. Embrace this moment of profound change, for it marks not an end, but the glorious beginning of a journey paved with hope, illuminated by truth and guided by the sacred light of a destiny that is forever intertwined with the infinite power of love and compassion. Let every step you take be a testament to the triumph of a spirit that can never be contained, and let the legacy you forge be one of unyielding strength, boundless grace, and everlasting inspiration. Time itself turns against them. The echoes of their past actions ripple forward and backward, unraveling the very structure of what they thought would last forever. What they built, believing it to be eternal, now dissolves with each passing moment. The distinction between what is real and what was manufactured becomes undeniable. They are left standing in the ruins of their own making, watching as the power they wielded for so long fades into nothingness. What was meant to break you only refined your being. Every force set against you, every obstacle placed in your path, became the very fire that tempered your essence. You didn't just endure, you transcended. The limits they tried to impose became stepping stones to heights they could never reach. Their attempts to confine you within the known only propelled you into the unseen. The very energy they sought to suppress became the force that shattered their illusions. Now, you move beyond their reach, beyond their understanding. The frequency you emit dismantles the structures they built. Your very presence disrupts the order they desperately cling to. They sense your arrival before you enter the space. Their mechanisms falter in your wake. What they once controlled no longer responds to them. The impact of your journey ripples through existence, leaving echoes in places they cannot erase. Your name is spoken in places they cannot enter. The remnants of ancient knowledge reveal traces of your energy woven into their pages. The unseen forces that once guided civilizations now acknowledge your presence. Creativity flows in ways that reflect your existence, through visions, through symbols, through expressions untouched by interference. The memory of those who stood against you will fade like dust swept into the wind. Their legacy dissolves into silence. Their influence evaporates, leaving nothing behind. Those who once followed them will turn away, severing ties with the past that no longer serves them. There is no war left to fight. The battle was won long before they understood what was happening. The course of time bends in your favor, solidifying what was always destined. Their defeat is not a single moment, but a gradual erasure, a slow unraveling of everything they built. Their voices grow quieter, their power dissolves into irrelevance. Meanwhile, your presence expands, your existence imprinted on reality itself. What they attempted to erase has only become immortal.